So I wanted to talk about this myth of ubiquity that we have in our internet culture. Um, we act like the internet is so goddamn ubiquitous, right? But the fuck are we comparing it to? Prodigy? I, I no, I mean like for real. Like, what are we comparing it to? Like, oh, everyone's on the internet. No, they're not. Like, no, there's a substantial. There's hundreds of millions of people, in fact, probably billions of people who are not on the internet or don't have easy access to it. And uh, it's not ubiquitous. Like, the fuck are we comparing it to? Maybe in the year 2040 or 2030, I don't know, 2025, I don't know. But it's not everywhere. What are we comparing it to? Nothing? Well, yeah, it's ubiquitous compared to nothing. I hate when people do that shit. You know, it's like people say Bitcoin is ubiquitous. Okay, like less than 10%, like far less than 10% of the people who use the internet or the clear net anyway. The the internet that the mainstream internet. There's this myth that like, oh yeah, cryptocurrency, it's ubiquitous. Well, fucking less than 10% probably of the internet uses it, and less than 2/3 of the world is on the internet, and 2/3. That's, I mean, it's probably less than half, and easy accessibility to the internet. I mean, no, like, so 10% of that or less. That's not ubiquitous. Compared to what? Compared to 20 years ago when there was none? It's just, it's such absurd bullshit. Like, people always want to say, oh, everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it. Compared to what? Back when no one was doing it? Well, sure. But that doesn't mean everyone's doing it. Just keep that in mind. And I'm saying that, I'm not trying to like be all, I know it sounds negative. I know it sounds like, well, what the fuck is my problem? Why am I being all bitchy about like not everyone's doing it? I mean, and there's all kinds of things that that people say are ubiquitous. But like, oh yeah, this kind of music, it's, oh yeah, it's everywhere. No, it's not. No, it's not. Uh, it's actually affirming because it's actually a very positive thing because it means that there's less competition. Like, there's going to be like a billion more people online, like probably 2 billion more people online in the next generation or so, and there's going to be a lot more competition. And what that means is like, now's the time to get in on it, right? Like, it's not fucking ubiquitous. It's just not. It's just, oh, it's everywhere. Yeah, maybe in Silicon Valley where they're biased as shit and everyone has Asperger's. Well, that's not true. But everyone who fucking, well, I shouldn't get into that, but I do think that like half the people who work at Google have Asperger's because they do not understand how the real world works. They live in their own little fucking bubble, and G plus sucks, and they force you to use it. They force you to use it, and it's just it's bullshit. But anyway, the point is, yeah, the fucking nerds in Silicon Valley, yeah, they'll tell you everything. Oh yeah, it's everywhere. Well, yeah, maybe there, maybe in San Francisco, and maybe in south of San Francisco, in down at Silicon, but you know, there's a huge swath of the country where the internet. I mean, I remember I remember driving through parts of the country where I couldn't even get phone reception. Phone reception. Okay? I thought phone reception was ubiquitous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. So, anyway, now's the time to get in on it because you can, I guarantee, I fucking promise you, I swear to God, there's going to be so much more competition once emerging nations get online and really, pump this shit up and really compete. And they will. They will. They're already starting to. There's websites all over the world. But there are a lot of places where there are not very many websites. I like to bitch about Greenland, who doesn't want to fucking play on Team Earth. It seems like no, but that's digressing. No, but I mean, get in on it now. Get in on it now. You want to be an entrepreneur? Get the fuck in on it now. Online entrepreneurship, because there's gonna be a lot more competition, and sure, get in on it then too. But get in on it now because it's gonna be harder in the future. And you know what I'm saying, like the digital nomad thing, like going to other countries and everything's cheap. Well, it might not be as cheap when their economies do a lot better and they're able to, compete. And the internet will help their economies grow and they're. I'm just saying, like, it's not as if, like, going to, Bali, Indonesia, as an example, because that seems to be like one of the places digital nomads always talk about, and there's other places too. Thai Mai or Thai Pai or whatever the fuck. No, I mean, like, actually, I don't even know what the situation with that is, but I know Bali, Indonesia, like, yeah, sure, it's cheap as fuck in some places, and all around the world there's cheap places, but like, as economies grow, prices go up, and yeah, it might not be as easy to be a digital nomad in the future if you're living in a Western country and you want to travel around the world. So get in on it now. Get in on being, if you want to be a digital nomad, fucking get in on it now. If you want to be an entrepreneur online, get the fuck in on it now. Because in 20 years or 10 or 20 years or whatever, then we can compare the internet to now and say, oh, well, yeah, it's ubiquitous. Look at how it was in 2016. It's ubiquitous now. It's not right now, though. So anyway, that's the myth of ubiquity. It's just arrogant, to think like, oh well, it's everywhere. Everything's everywhere. Everything's not everywhere. That's my proclamation. Everything's not everywhere. It's a weird phrase. Everything's not everything. Anyway, I thought of that and I thought I'd make a video real quick here. Anyway, peace, bitches.